Hello, Ian here from Dark Blaze Workshop. Welcome back to another video. In this one we're painting Kingsley Shacklebolt. Okay, so in this one we're doing Mr. Shacklebolt from Harry Potter. I wanted to create some texture in the robes that he was wearing. And it was nice to do some different colours as well, so it's a bit more colourful than the usual Harry Potter characters, so let's get on with it. Okay, Mr. Shacklebolt. I keep wanting to call him Shackleton, but alright. Right, skin first. I've found a old colour, dark flesh, but I think you could probably do the same with Mornfang brown, but adding a little bit of Cadian flesh to it. And it's about 50-50 water and paint. I think it may be a little bit dark, but that's fine, we can always highlight up. Let's try and get a nice even coat. Okay. So for the jacket bit, I'm going for a 50-50 mix of Genestealer purple and Xerius purple. And I'm using my magic formula of, well, it was worked out as 2 drops of paint. It was 1 drop of Genestealer, 1 drop of Xerius, 2 drops of water, and hang on, concentrating. 2 drops of flow improver. And because I've done the zenithal priming, hopefully we won't have to do much work with it. We'll see how it settles down. Might get away with just a highlight or 2. And that'll speed things up. I'm all for speeding things up. I think his sleeve is same colour. I think once that's drying, we'll do another coat on the skin. And just give my brush a quick wash. Get that purple off and get the skin back on. And again, this one you got to try and get a nice even coat. And back on the purple, I missed a bit up here. I'm not concerned about these the decoration bits yet, we can go over them afterwards. So I'll leave that dry. For the shoes, just because I've still got it on my palette, I've mixed. I've used the purple mix, but I've added a little bit of German grey to it because I had it knocking about, and it's just made it like a different kind of grey colour, but at least it's got a little bit of purple in it, so it'll be more aesthetically pleasing. I'm just making that up really. Okay, for the outer robes, I'm going Hoth Blue with a little bit of Calidor Sky. I'm going with my magic mix now. I'll have to think of something. I think a Hogwarts mix. Everybody's got like a painting hook these days. So it's
the magic mix is 2 drops of paint, 2 drops of water, 2 drops flow improver. If you went 50-50 with the Caldor Sky and the Hoeth Blue, it's too strong a blue, and I don't want that. I want quite a desaturated blue, which is what I've got here. So I'm going to carry on and do the rest of that now. I'll just do the back quickly. One thing I forgot to mention with this Magic Hogwarts formula, it'll only work if you do the Zenithal Prime, like I've done here. If you're not sure what that is, I can't remember which episode it was. There is an episode here about it. Or if you search YouTube for it, there's plenty of other videos out there that'll explain it all for you. It can be done with a rattle can, but I prefer to do it with an airbrush because there's more control of where your highlights go. And because the paint is thin, it doesn't cover it over as well as you would with a more opaque coat. So we'll leave that dry. And we'll come back. Okay, back to the flesh. I've added some Cadian flesh tone to the dark flesh. If you're using the Mornfang recipe, just add some more Cadian flesh to that. And so I'm just doing the cheekbones. Top of the lip. I always like to create a shadow in between the chin, the moustache and the cheek. That's the muscles at the side of the neck, SCMs I think they're called. Adam's apple, and the same on that side then. And we'll leave that dry, might need another coat. So switching back to the outer robes, I've got Fenrisian Grey. And I've noticed on the box art and stuff, the cloak is quite textured. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn it onto its side, and I might need to refocus. Okay, I think we're ready there. So Fenrisian Grey, and I've added, well, it's more than 50% water. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go little lines just to give it a bit of texture. And the plan is just to maybe go a little bit lighter and just concentrate the streaks along the tops of the folds, because I don't think you're necessarily going to get a lot of light on the shadowy bits, so there's no point doing lines in the actual shadow part. You need a nice point on your brush for this, obviously. They all seem to be in a horizontal pattern. There's no like random, like zigzags or anything. So it's pretty easy. So the technique is just using the point of the brush to make contact with it. So you're not actually using the whole body. It's just the actual tip of the brush. I say once you get the first couple on, it does get quite easy, and then you can speed up. It takes a wee bit of practice. That's what we're here for. Okay, so I'm going to do the same, but on the back, and I'll do that off camera. And we'll come back when that's done. Okay, so I've done the back as well, and I went over and did a second coat as well, and it's starting to come quite nicely, but I think I'll leave it there. It's the consistency is key on this one. If you try it out, do 1 drop of paint and like a drop and a half of water maybe, and then test it out. And it is pretty thin, but do like 1 stroke, and then give it time to dry, and then see. You can see then if it's going to be too opaque or not, because you don't want it. You don't want it as a thick, really light line. You want it to try and blend in a little bit. So that the more water you add to it, the better effect I think you'll get. So maybe 2 drops of water. I don't know. So I'm gonna leave the blue at that, and we'll do these little bits on the shoulder now. No, I'll use the same mix, the Fenrisian grey, and I'll just give the coat, give a coat to the hat, because it seems to be lighter than anything else on there. There's a little pattern on there, so I might think about what pattern we're going to put on there. Okay, so while the hat is still drying, I've decided to use that Fenrisian grey on those bits on the shoulders. So I've added more paint to the original mix that I had, so I'd say it's about 50-50 now. You can see it's covering a lot more than it did with just the stripes. You see what I mean? If it was more water in there, it wouldn't cover as well. Just trying to figure out where that colour's gonna go. Must be that bit there. I'll take a couple of coats, I think. Yeah, I'll take another coat. Okay. But he's coming together quite quickly actually, it's good. Okay, for the cuff of the sleeve, I've taken the original Xeris purple mix with Gene Stealer, and I've added a little bit of ivory to it, or if you want to add a little bit of white to it. It's not quite a pink, but it's getting there. It's like a desaturated pink, a dusty pink. I'll just use that for the cuffs. That'll probably take 2 coats.
Okay, I've added another coat and it's starting to come nicely now. Back to the skin, I've added more Cadian flesh tone to the flesh mix that we had going. A little bit more water to it as well. Just going in with some highlights. So that's the basic T again. I think you've heard me talking about that before. So the forehead, the nose are the main ones. Right. And for the cheeks. And the chin. And the top lip there. Seeing as it's quite thin, I'm going to try and add some to the side of the head as well. You don't want to do the temples because they should be relatively darker than the forehead, but it's around the, the cranium, the side of the head, the bulbous bit that you can highlight, and the ear and the SEM. I'm getting there, it's good. Okay, so I've added a bit of shadow to the eye socket area. It's just I added a little bit of black ink to the Mornfang brown mix, just on the side of the palette. And while I've got that going, it's quite dilute. I'm going to try and separate everything with lines now. So again, you need a nice point on your brush. I'm going to pick these out with ivory when this dries. Just trying to outline the whole pattern and a line down the middle there. I'll do around the cuffs, and you've probably noticed that I've done between the face and the hat as well. I'll have to turn it onto its side to do in between the jacket and the robes, but I'll do that off camera maybe. So I've done the don't know what you call them really, the white bits anyway. I find the easiest way is don't use the point of your brush, turn it on its side and use the side of your brush so you can just work your brush down. That was the easiest method for me anyway. What I'm going to do is I've got the Gene Stealer purple mix again, but I've added a little bit of ivory to it. I'm just going to pop some highlights on there. I'm going to try and push it up the way. I think he's more or less done on that bit. There's not a lot more I can do with that really. You see I'm pushing the pigment up to where I want it to go. Well, we'll leave that there for now. Or maybe put a couple of highlights on the cuff as well. All we need to do now is the Fenrisian grey on the shoulders. It looks like it's got stripes on the box art, so I've got ivory on the palette and I've added that to the Fenrisian
And again, I'm going to have to water that down because you remember I added extra paint to that. So I'm going to water it down again. So I want the same consistency as I did for the outer roofs. So it's going to be fairly thin. That's a bit too opaque, so I'll add more water. Get in there. A little bit more water. And I think we'll go straight in with that. And they look like vertical stripes this time. Like a challenge. I've got too much paint on my brush. There's got a couple of lines on. And there seems to be some kind of pattern on his hat as well, so I'll just do just the odd shape here and there around about the hat. Can always tidy this up afterwards. I'm going to continue those lines on here as well. Okay, it may take another coat, but I think we're getting there. Okay, Mr. Shacklebolt is done, another one off the list. The only other thing I did since the video finished was I did another couple of lines on the shoulder pads. I'm not happy with the hat, so I might go in and do that again. Maybe change a few things, put a pattern on it maybe, but we'll see. But for now he's finished, so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. As always, get in touch in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, but for now that's it from me. We'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.